morning,
It's
everyone.
already.
It's a great privilege to introduce our respected plenary speaker, Dr. Noor, Mazni, Binti, Abdul, Karim, a luminary in English language education and teacher development. Currently serving as an academic at the English Language Department, International Languages Teacher Training Institute, Malaysia, Dr. Noor Mazni brings over 2 decades of exceptional proficiency to her work. She holds a PhD in English language studies alongside a master's and bachelor's degree in TESOL, reflecting her lifelong dedication to academic excellence. Dr. Noor Masni's career encompasses roles in teaching curriculum development and educational leadership. She has actively involved in innovative interventions such as the post-secondary English language curriculum framework, and she serves as a mentor and holds the responsibilities for various TESOL programs. Dr. Noor Mazni has contributed extensively to the field of English language teaching, ELT, through research and publications that address critical aspects of language education like curriculum development, inclusive education, and student engagement strategies. The work includes studies on improving fluency and confidence among teacher trainees, classroom-based assessment practices, digital reading habits, and innovative approaches like language arts and ESL success stories in specialized schools. Beyond academia, Dr. Noor Mazni is deeply committed to community engagement, contributing as a facilitator for impactful programs both locally and abroad. Please join us in warmly welcoming Dr. Noor Mazni Binti Abdul Karim. Over to you, madam.
I think it's still morning in Sri Lanka. It's already afternoon here in Malaysia. Okay, good morning to all of you. I guess
Good
there
morning,
are
madam.
all education officers, I'm sure, lecturers, and also dedicated teachers of Sri Lanka. Yeah. And I'm sure there are also students who are doing their degrees and all in this session. Yeah. Okay. Actually, when Virosha asked me whether I'll be interested to present or not, when I looked at the topic or the theme for this particular conference, I told myself, wow, it's an interesting one. So why not? Thank you, Virosha. Okay. It's a pleasure actually, yeah, to be in this conference today. 26th International National Conference, yeah, on language assessment as well as and with the team making English language teaching ready for the era of generative AI, looking in terms of the challenges, motivation, and also readiness. And it is very timely. It has been there, but we need more exposure to that. All of us, especially when it comes to educators. Yeah. All right. Most of the discussions that I will also be talking about, Madam, was it Bimani just now? Madam Bimani has actually mentioned about what AI is all about. Yeah. The discussion that I will actually be bringing here will be more focused on the challenges, the hurdles, and how to actually make them become the opportunities that we can actually make use of in our classrooms or in the education field. Yeah. All right. When we talk about, yeah, as you can see, can we go to the next slide, Rosha? Okay. Everybody has been talking about this. AI is there to transform education, and it's very exciting to see these opportunities to be used in English language teaching. Yeah, education in general, and specifically for English language teaching. And of course, having these kinds of intelligence coming in, we face these challenges and also in terms of how to actually make use of these AI tools that we have mentioned by Madam Bimali just now, how to make sure that they are used in the way that it should be used. Yeah. So there are challenges. So let's look at the first one. Now, actually there are many. Yeah. There are many to say. Yeah. But here I will try to look at just these three. First, the digital literary gap. When we talk about the digital literary gap, um, students, some students, you see, even teachers and educators for that matter, they may feel afraid to use AI, or they are unsure about using artificial intelligence, the tools in the classroom. And what makes them be very um, afraid or unsure about using this? One of it could be the cause of it would be they're worried about privacy. When anything related to online matters, privacy is also another matter that need to be thought about. Yeah. And many educators out there, uh, and students especially, they lack the skills to use the technology, especially in under-resourced settings. Of course, in rural areas where the connectivity to online sources is a bit difficult or not so available. Yeah. Another would be the fear of the content quality and relevance, because once once a teacher tries to get hold of materials or whatsoever uh, from the internet sources or whatsoever, they may lack this cultural sensitivity or alignment with the learning objectives. Sometimes, you see, AI needs prompts. Okay. When it comes to prompts, the teachers need to be creative. And once the prompts are not given accordingly, uh, whatever materials generated won't be suitable sometimes to be used in the classroom. All right. So that is one thing. And when it comes to cultural sensitivity, even the person who's giving the prompts, the teachers or educators for that matter, need to give prompts which would if they do not give prompts accordingly, the materials generated might not be suitable for the class that they want to use that particular material. All right. Another one would be the fear of teacher redundancy. Uh, we would Teachers, may worry that AI will replace their role in the classroom, as what Madam Bimali showed just now. Uh, a video of a teacher teaching in a classroom can actually be generated using AI. So, the role of teacher in the classroom is taken away in this context. Okay, so that is another fear that comes across, that comes about, that need to be thought about. Yeah. Okay. Then let's go on to the next one, turning hurdles into opportunities. So these are the hurdles. These are the three hurdles. So how can these hurdles be turned into something that can be beneficial to the teachers and also to the pupils, the students in the classroom that are being taught, that the teachers are teaching? Yeah. All right. The next slide, please, Virosha. Further down, yeah. Okay, thank you. Now, uh, we need to remember this. Um, when we make use of AI tools, it actually helps in terms of having this personalized learning coming in. Yeah, AI can be helpful in the form of making materials generated to be more which goes by the students' needs, yeah, based on their proficiency and language learning pace. Here again, the prompts by the teacher would be the ones who would be helpful, which will be helpful in the teaching process, in the teaching and learning process. Yeah, when it comes to preparing materials, for example. Now, I've seen my practicum students who go out to teach in their 3 months of practicum session. They try to put in the learning objectives and then getting the learning objectives and proficiency level of the pupils in the classroom, and getting ChatGPT, for example, one of the AI tools, yeah, to generate a lesson plan having activities created for these different learning, these different proficiency background, okay, proficiency level in the classroom. And in a way, when the materials are generated, the materials, materials generated actually could benefit all these different levels of proficiency. And not only that, they can also the materials and also the activities created by these AI tools uh, goes by the different learning styles of the students. Okay, and the activities or the task sheets created could actually be used to for the same learning objectives, and different tasks is generated for the teachers to make use of in the classroom. Now, talking about having these uh, different sheets or task sheets to be given to the class in the classroom for different levels of students, it can bring something like satisfaction for learning amongst the students. Take for example, one activity which looks at being able to comprehend a text and answer a few comprehension questions. It can be generated in different manners so that the different levels of students are able to answer that particular comprehension question given to them. And that somewhat brings satisfaction to the pupils in the classroom. Yeah. And it creates that personalized learning context. Yeah. Then when we talk about having innovative teaching materials, once the tool is asked or to generate activities which can be very interesting and which can motivate the learners, and coming up with something innovative that can be used in the classroom, that actually helps uh, to create that motivation amongst the pupils in the classroom. Yeah. Using AI, yeah, these unique and engaging material, yeah, can actually benefit everyone in the classroom, having different proficiency level. Yeah. And when we look at differentiated instructions, looking at the different learning styles, and as well as the different learning styles, as well as uh, the different proficiency level. Because every time that most of the time the teachers enter classrooms, um, there will be students of different proficiency level. Yeah? So this AI can actually cater to these diverse classroom needs. Yeah. Giving all these different contexts or different content being used in the classroom. Yeah. So that is one way of uh, making use of AI uh, for in the process of teaching English. Yeah. Um, and then let's look into the next slide. Further down, we look at another positive thing about using AI in English language teaching would be the enhanced feedback mechanism. Yeah. Um, this particular thing about feedback will be discussed a lot in my session here, yeah, because as we are actually talking or typing to get responses from ChatGPT, that is one way of getting feedback from ChatGPT or any tool for that matter, and it can actually um, help the learners to identify their potentials and also identify uh, errors, for example, yeah, that they can further improve, they can improve on, yeah. And other than that, in terms of teacher focus, teacher can then focus on providing more feedback on content and critical thinking. Now, uh, yes, ChatGPT is there um, as a guide uh, at the background, for example. But when it comes to the teachers, when it comes to the teachers need to be there. Sometimes, yes, we do say that when in the era of having AI, we always think there's no need to have a teacher in the classroom. But we have to think about having the personal contact with the pupils so that they can also learn from the AI tools as well as from the teachers. The teachers need to be there as well to guide the pupils in the classroom. Yeah. All right. Let's look at the next one. Yeah. These are examples of AI powered tools to enhance language learning motivation. Now, when we talk about um, language learning, we need to think about making sure that the pupils or the students whom we teach need to be motivated. Okay, they need to be given that sort of motivation so that they want to learn, especially when it comes to learning English in the second language context. Yeah, second language learning context. So they want to have that um, environment where they can be motivated, they can be engaged in learning. So, one way of getting them to be engaged in the learning process would be using AI powered tools, right? It's simply by getting some kind of activity to be made more enjoyable, more fun in the classroom, especially when it comes to young learners. All right. Now, when it comes to tertiary level students, it would be carried out in a different way. But when it comes to young learners, a teacher can actually create interesting learning activities, fun learning activities, which can actually motivate the students. These are one of the, how you can actually take on the challenges that we face using AI, but looking at it in a positive manner, how AI tools can be made use in a positive manner in the classroom. Okay, so some of it would be the ChatGPT. Madam Bimali just now shared a lot, and I like it when she shared about the video presentation. You see, a video can actually be generated by using AI tools uh, by just prompting, giving prompts to any kind of AI tools to make sure that it comes out with a learning session for a certain group of students. Okay, so some of it would be the ChatGPT. We will look into all these in detail in a while. Yeah, we have Duolingo, Louis Lisho, which you can actually explore later on your own. Quizlet, which Quizlet is actually something which is used by many teachers out there nowadays. It gets pupils to be very excited. Okay, we'll look into that later. Yeah, intelligent tutoring system. This was mentioned by Madam Bimali just now, and also the most common one, the Google Classroom, where you can actually have everything in the everything put or everything laid out in the Google Classroom, and you just you know send messages of what they need to do, and the students just go on. They are able to learn by themselves. Yeah, this Google Classroom, which actually uh, has been used many years back, but it came into picture when uh, the pandemic hit us. Yeah, COVID-19. That was a time when people thought about how to go about doing teaching and learning in the classroom, and Google Classroom came into picture, and it was fully utilized by all teachers and educators. Yeah, all over the world. Yeah. All right, let's look at the next slide, looking at ChatGPT per se, yeah. Conversational language, looking at this ChatGPT in terms of conversational language practice, yeah. Yeah, again, looking at personalized feedback. You see, well, ChatGPT actually, when it is being used in real life, in real time, yeah. Uh, when it is used in real time, it can actually help. There are so many things that can be learned. A teacher can make use of this ChatGPT to teach grammar, to teach vocabulary, how to write, for example. And then at the same time, a teacher is able to give valuable insights that help students to at the end of the day, to refine their language, at the end of the day, to make sure that they are able to use the language in the classroom. And that would come as in the picture uh, uh, when students write or speak to ChatGPT, because ChatGPT you can also actually use your voice recording, voice to actually ask questions and get feedback from ChatGPT. Yeah, immediate responses can be are given. Yeah, and these responses include sometimes corrections to what was being said, corrections uh, to something that has been typed, for example, grammatically, or maybe in terms of the choice of verbs or choice of words used in that particular statement or in that particular voice recording or something given to the to make sure that it is enhanced. All right. Now, uh, actually, it helps in a way, using that, having that instant feedback actually helps students to identify how to further improve. Yeah, without the pressure of having formal assessments, and at the same time, learning at their own pace. Yeah. Um, in this case, when we look at a classroom where a teacher who has many students in the classroom, like in Malaysia, one teacher can have uh, more than uh, more than 40 students in the classroom. It can go up to 48, 50 students in one classroom. And to give feedback or, to each student might take time. Yeah. So, it would take the students might not have or might not receive feedback based on what they have presented, for example, or what they have written, or um, um, what they have produced. So in a way, ChatGPT is coming in as a helper to help the teacher to actually um, give personalized feedback for the students, for the pupils in the classroom, so that they are able to learn there and then in real life context. Yeah. Okay. when we talk about confidence building, yeah, um, uh, the ChatGPT's conversational nature encourages students to practice speaking and writing, of course, in a low pressured environment. Uh, which, when that happens, when their affective filter is low, they will be able to learn better, of course, yeah, and of course, uh, they are able to they are able to be more confident in making use of the language, in using the language. Yeah. One example would be having casual dialogue practices. Students can actually, your students, the students in the classroom can actually engage in informal conversations with ChatGPT. All right. Now, these conversations can be using voice or something that is being typed or in written form. Yeah. And it can go by what they like, the choices, the topics that they like. So this actually allows them to practice the language without fear, and also not having someone in the class or another person to judge them. Yeah, it's just in the virtual form, which gets them to be more confident. Yeah, and usually AI usually the responses given by AI, usually they are in a very friendly manner. Okay. You can always, I'm sure you have tried this, you know, when you say, thank you for your feedback or whatsoever, and it goes on like you're talking to someone. It goes like, thank you very much for your for your response or your feedback on this. It's like you are having a conversation with someone. Yeah. Uh, it can just be a student talking about their hobbies, uh, or discuss anything which is happening around them, current events. Yeah. And at the same time receiving a feedback there and then. Okay. The learning process goes on that way. Yeah. And they are able to actually improve their, of course, spoken language as well as the written language. It depends on how it's being used. Yeah. And depend, of course, it again depends on the time that you have in the classroom with your pupils, or it is given as a task to be carried out or to be done at home. Yeah. And then this chat GPT, when we talk about being to have this um, low anxiety and also building up confidence, yeah, uh, uh, corrections and suggestions are also given. Um, just between the tool and also the person who is actually giving the prompts or giving thoughts or anything of that sort. Yeah. So in this case, a person who is learning a language can actually learn a lot from this ChatGPT. We're talking about ChatGPT now. Okay. So in that manner, in a very it can be very they can build up their confidence in that way. Yeah. Uh, Another would be um, having this interactive learning going on if you use ChatGPT. Yeah. It promotes active engagement, as I mentioned just now, by having real world conversations, hobbies, the current issues coming in, you know, talking about favorite people, favorite person in someone's life and things like that. Yeah. Allowing students to apply their language in a more meaningful context. Yeah. It will be all these will come in a very authentic manner. All right. So that's about how ChatGPT can be used. And even teachers can make use of ChatGPT and get a lot of responses from ChatGPT, whether or not certain activities planned for a group of students or one classroom would be interestingly done, or would be fun, or would be suitable for that particular group of students, can also be uh, communicated, yeah, using ChatGPT. There are so many things that can be done using ChatGPT when it comes to learning. All right. Okay. Uh, can we go to the next slide, Virosha? Thank you. Okay. When we go to Duolingo, Duolingo, it's actually a gamified language learning tool. Yeah. My students, all of them, the students who go out for practicum, make use make use of Duolingo a lot in the classroom. And they see that the students, the pupils in the classroom, these are primary school students, they get very excited when the teachers makes use of this, because um, in using gamification, um there are rewards, yeah, and also uh, progress of students can be, or pupils can be tracked. And usually it is done, or it's carried out in a very competitive manner. And as we know, pupils who are growing up, students who are growing up, the young ones, the primary school students, or students, pupils in the kindergartens, they like this competition. They like to see their names being up, shown on the slides or on the screens, to show that what their achievement is like, and that actually creates that motivation to further learn the language. Yeah, it's not easy actually to get uh, pupils who do not have that language. In this case, our target language is English language. So when it comes to English language, some students who don't know how to use the language, um, they find it very difficult to learn the language, and they shut themselves off from learning. So when teachers come up with very good activities in the classroom, it gets them motivated. And of course, using all these gamified language learning activities, yeah, gets them uh, to be interested, to be to want to learn, to be very excited, yeah, when it comes to learning English language. It's not easy in the case of students who don't have that language skills, yeah. Um, Teachers can actually have personalized lessons, yeah. Uh, Using Duolingo, yeah, the teachers can actually tailor their lessons based on individual performances, yeah, ensuring that students are challenged at the appropriate level, at their level. Okay, it's very important when it comes to second language learning. We go by the level of proficiency. Yes, when it comes to having collaborative work or group tasks and so on, you would need to have different language proficiency. Students with different language proficiency coming together in the discussion. But there are times that when they go by their own level in doing activities, or in completing tasks given to them, when we go by their levels, they would have this sense of satisfaction, and that would actually boost their self-confidence in learning the language and in using the language, of course, in the classroom and also outside the classroom. Yeah. And um Duolingo gamified language learning actually also provides interactive activities, yeah, uh, using games, quizzes, real life scenarios, making language learning fun and engaging. Okay, when we talk about English language learning, we always connect to fun learning, fun environment, engaging activities, authentic materials being used, or authentic activities being carried out. It can be in the form of role play and things like that. And all these can actually, uh, uh, AI tools can actually be used for this purpose. Yeah. Now, um, consistent practice. Okay. Um, a teacher using Duolingo can actually have that uh, uh, this this tool being used in order to check on the pupil's progress. Yeah. Um, when when the students can see the pupils or the students can see their progress, uh, that in a way can help them to be motivated again. Yeah, motivation, satisfaction in learning, boosting confidence, all these come into picture when uh, these tools are being used in the classroom. Yeah. All right, next, Virosha, please. Thank you. We look into the Quizlet. um, it is one kind of interactive study tools. Yeah. uh, Again, this is another way of having personalized materials for the students. Yeah, uh, flashcards, something that can be relatable to the students, quizzes, and also activities based on user preference and performance. When it comes um, sometimes students would want to learn something that they like, want to learn something that would bring benefits to them, or want to learn something that would excite them. So, using this Quizlet, it can actually excite them or get them to be more motivated in learning when that it is more personalized. Yeah, in the context of the students that we have in the class with different proficiency level. Yeah. It helps in terms of active recall. Yeah. Encourages this particular platform, the Quizlet, recall through spaced repetition. Yeah. Helping students to retain information more effectively. You see, as we know, learning language, uh, repetition help a lot when pupils learn the language. So in one way, having this Quizlet, it would actually help them um to be engaged in activities, or to be engaged in uh, helping them to retain information in that way, having repetitions in the games, or in the activities carried out. Yeah. Um, Again, gamified learning comes into picture using Quizlet. Other than that would be um the Quizlet's ability to adapt to individual learning styles. Again, yeah, enhances motivation. You see, um, when it comes to language learning, um, we need to motivate the students a lot. And AI is one, uh, by using AI, yeah, teachers can actually develop this amongst the students. Of course, the creativity must come from the teachers. Just now, Madam, was it Madam Birma spoke about um, the teachers need to bring in their creativity on their own and making use of that in real life situation. But actually, teachers' creativity can also be put into these AI softwares or AI tools to generate interesting activities, suitable activities that can be made use of in the classroom. All right. Of course, uh, when teachers are giving out prompts, the teacher's creativity and critical thinking skills also need to come in. Okay, all right. Let's move on to the next one. Rosha. Okay, another one would be the Liu Li Shuo. Um, I don't know how it should be pronounced, but that's the word there. Okay, this is one of this is actually an AI powered pronunciation tool. You see, in learning language, we need to actually also train not only the teachers to have the proper pronunciation used in the classroom, not only the students, even the teachers, yeah, need to make sure that they make use of proper pronunciation. Yeah, when it comes to English, it depends. It can be the British English, the American English, or even now Australian English coming into picture and all. Yeah. So, having this Liu Li Show, um, Liu Li Show or something, as a person speaks or say out, something to this tool, um, immediate feedback is given whether or not uh, the pronunciation is clear, is correct, and immediate feedback is given. Yeah, in that sense, in a way that can also boost someone's confidence rather than talking to a person or presenting something in the classroom. All right, when a student does it just between this particular tool and the student, they are actually learning at a very comfortable situation or environment. So again, uh, learning takes place in this case in terms of pronunciation, and also identification of errors, and the feedback is given there and then. You might want to try this. Has anyone tried this before in the classroom? Anyone in this session?
No, madam.
No, but okay. You may want to try this after this. Just explore what it is all about. Then you try it out with your students. Yeah. It can be the primary students, secondary students, and see how they enjoy or they get very acquainted in terms of using this particular tool. Yeah. Of course, it's very interactive in nature. Yeah. Next, uh, Rosha, thank you. So sorry because I'm afraid the internet line over here is always not so stable. That's why. Let's look at Google Classroom. Okay. Now, I'm sure all of you have used Google Classroom or are still using Google Classroom. Are you?
Yes, ma'am, we use.
Yeah, most of the time is Google Classroom. It is actually one of uh, the AI tools that we have. And it's very productive in a way when this Google Classroom is used, where materials can be shared in a very organized manner, and pupils or students can actually just gather materials from there. It's very interactive, where teachers can actually prompt, uh, uh, give questions, and get students to have discussions in the in a discussion thread in stream, and also from the end, students can actually present certain present slides and so on, and put into it can also be voice recordings or whatsoever in Google Classroom, and getting the rest to give feedback. And in giving feedback, they can also question the presenter or give positive comments to whatever being presented in the streamline, yeah, in the line of communication in Google Classroom. So these are the things which are available now. Future, of course, real time feedback. When you get pupils or students to when you have submitted something for the students and you get the students to actually discuss based on what is given, all right, and they create discussions based on that. So, and you as a teacher can give them the feedback there and then, and it can this can happen not a teacher might not be there present in the might not be present in the classroom, but a session or teaching and learning session can still go on using Google Classroom. Since all of you have used still using Google Classroom, I guess I'm sure you understand what it is all about. Yeah. Now, of course, in very interactive in manner. Yeah. There's active participation and collaboration between the teachers and the students, and it can also be not between the teachers and students. It can also be the students with the students having discussions on their own. Yeah. Now, again, it is in a way personalized. Yeah. Allow teachers to tailor assignments and feedback to meet individual needs. Yeah. Okay. Next, can we look at intelligent tutoring system? The next slide, Virosha. Sorry. All right. Thank you, Virosha. Okay. Again, with this, you see, we see a lot of personalized instructions coming into picture with the use of AI, because anyone can make use of the tools to learn. And even a young child who's growing up who's good at making use of digital devices can start using it once they are able to write and or speak. They can just say out something like um how to say this in a better way, or how to say something uh, in English. Yeah. And feedback is given, and then answers are given to them, and they learn that way. Yeah. So a teacher's presence in a way is not so needed, but um, um, of course, the personal touch of a teacher is should still be there. Yeah. The students can actually uh, learn to say out words or whatsoever using this intelligent tutoring system. Yeah. Um, this particular system, yeah, often incorporate interactive elements such as simulation, games, or virtual environment to enhance engagement. So there are so many out there, yeah, which can actually um, be used in the classroom for the purpose of English language teaching. Since this discussion revolves around English language teaching, and uh, so all these, yeah, you can make use of those things, the tools that can be made use of. Yeah. Now, can we have a look at the next slide? Now, I've mentioned all that can be used, as well as here there are so many other tools that can also be used in the classroom for the purpose of English language teaching. Next slide, please, Rosha. Yeah, we have Linguist, Busu, yeah, Rosetta Stone, Monly. Okay, and all these different tools, they focus on different things. Yeah, like Linguist focuses on vocabulary acquisition through contextual learning and personalized lessons. Yeah, tailoring experience to individual needs. So, having given a teacher giving a topic, for example, on uh, traveling, yeah, on traveling, and getting the students to explore, the students in the class to explore vocabularies related to traveling, yeah, by using this particular digital tool or AI tool, yeah. So in a way, that would actually help them to um, to understand words in context of traveling, in the context of traveling. So it depends on the context given to the students, depending on the topic of the lesson for that particular day. Yeah. The other one is WUSU. Yeah. This allows students to interact with native speakers for feedback on conversation and conversation practices. You see, to be able, sometimes we say that to be able to learn a language, you need to assimilate yourself, or we need to assimilate ourselves. The in the situation, or in the environment where all of the people there speak the language. In this case, if it's English language, usually, of course, it would be with the British or with the Americans, or with the Australians who speak English most of the time. Yeah, that these are all native speakers of English. So uh, using this BUSU uh, tool, you can actually get students to uh, talk in real life, in real situations with native speakers and get feedback. Okay. Of course, it can involve pronunciation, uh, the grammar, the sentence structure, or how it is being mentioned. They can also give feedback in terms of whether the person has been polite or not. Yeah, the politeness coming into picture. Yeah. Another
They
one,
are
the
paid
Rosetta Stone.
versions, right, madam? Are they
Yes.
paid versions?
Okay. In this sense, there's always the trial ones that can be used. Okay. Uh, of course, even ChatGPT, actually, you need to pay Perplexity. Another one is Perplexity. When you make use of it, when you start using it, of course, it will ask, are you going to pay for it, or you are going to use it for free? If you're using it for free, only there are limits to what limits to how long, or the duration of the duration of the session that you will have. So you might have to close the application and open it back, and start using it in order to use it for free, yeah, to be able to use it for free. But actually, institutions or schools can actually get hold of these tools, yeah, buy them, and then make use of it in the school context. School, it can be school, it can be universities, and all. Some universities do subscribe to all these, yeah. And of course, it depends on the number of people using it, yeah. Okay. Mondly, another one, features AI-driven chatbots for stimulated conversations. Simulated conversations. Uh, yeah, might have role play and things like that. Yeah, providing practice in a low pressure environment. Uh, and having that, uh, feedback is also given at the same time. So you see, students can learn a lot from all these tools that we have. Yeah, without sometimes, yeah, as I mentioned, when you have so many students in the classroom, when these tools are being used, it can actually lessen, of course, the burden of a teacher. All right. And we cannot say that it's going to take away the teacher's role in the classroom. The teacher still needs to be there to be to be a guide, yeah, to guide them in terms of what to look for, and when it comes to and not only to guide, a teacher needs to be there to facilitate their learning in that sense, yeah. The how to should come from the teachers. The how to and what to find, what to look for, what to do should still come from the teacher. Yeah. Uh, all right. Can we have a look at the next one? Now, at this juncture, when having spoken or having talked about all the tools that we have and so on, again, how to prepare, you know, all of us in that sense, all of you, myself, you know, the teachers, the educators, uh, to be ready or to be to 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 have the skills. Yeah. So again, institutions or schools, for that matter, would need to provide training programs. Yeah. This is one of it. Having conferences where, you know, awareness is brought in to educators, teachers, what they um, in the institutions, so that they are able to um, understand and they know what is available, to make sure that people get to know things which are available, tools which are available that can be made use in the classroom. All right. Um, Another one would be balancing, or no, you know, balancing, having the teachers in the classroom and also making use of all these AI tools that which are available. Yeah. Yes, of course, the AI tool is powerful, but of course, it cannot, as I've mentioned, cannot replace, the human factor, the human part of a teacher, where you would have empathy for the students, yeah, and also uh, to make sure that, of course, the creativity is actually coming from the teachers. The creativity and the critical parts of it should, or actually is coming. All these are coming from the teachers. Yeah, to prompt on certain things, to prompt the AI tools in coming up with something is actually from a person or a teacher before it is going given out to the students. So that actually creates or brings about the balance between uh, human as well as AI. Right? Then we have the collaboration and experimentation coming in. Yeah. Um, in a way, we need to have this uh, some kind of network to share experiences and strategies for AI integration. This is one platform, you know, in conferences where presenters or even participants of conferences share ideas or share experiences, you know, of what they have made use of, what worked, what did not work in the classroom, that can actually help others, other teachers or other educators, to actually make use of whichever would be suitable for their context. Okay, this conferences, you know, when you attend workshops and so on, these are places or situations, or where you can actually share out experiences so that the rest can actually learn, others can actually learn. Okay. The last but not least slide, Rosha, thank you so much. Yeah, I need to in this. Sorry. Okay. Uh you see, um, from all the presentations, yeah, even when Madam Bimali just now spoke about ethical issues in using AI. All being said, AI is actually a very valuable tool in for English language teaching. How? With all being said, all those mentioned just now, the tools which can actually help students be motivated, be very engaged in the classroom, yeah, to get them learning at their own pace, yeah, to have that personal feedback given to them, to actually see their progress and make sure that they become better users of the language, better in in writing, better in the spoken language, and all those which come in. Of course, all the skills that we have in English language, yeah, the listening, speaking, reading, writing, and then we have grammar also coming in to make sure that they are the students can become good at it. And not only students for that matter, even teachers can actually improve a lot using this AI applications or AI tools which are available. Yeah. But it must be, we have to remember that AI tools, applications are actually used to make sure that something is done in a better manner or conducted in a better manner. Something that we want to enhance, for example. Yeah. And remember that it's not actually to replace the role of a teacher. I explained just now, the role of a teacher still is very pertinent, is very important uh, to be a guide, to be a motivator, to be, a facilitator, and then to make sure that, the critical and creative thinking part actually comes from them. And that must be retained. Eh? Okay. As can be seen, yeah, from everything that was presented just now, teachers can actually make use of AI to help personalize learning. Yeah. The students are able to learn, yeah, that way in a more personalized way. Differentiate instructions because there are all different kinds of learners in the classroom, be it having different levels of proficiency. Another one would be the different learning styles, and another one would be there's another broad concept which comes into picture when we talk about inclusivity, to make sure that everybody learns in the classroom, no matter of their disability and things like that. It can also cater for that needs. Yeah. Then, of course, provide more effective feedback in that sense. Yeah. Not only from the teacher, it can also be from uh, from the tool which is being used in the classroom, be it Duolingo, be it ChatGPT, all the tutoring system which I mentioned just now. All right. So I hope that has all this has actually given you mm, some kind of examples, yeah, that you can start to make use of in the classroom to make sure that learning of English, teaching and learning of English can take place in a better way. Yeah. All right. That's about it. Do you have any questions? Yeah. That's about it, Virosha. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, madam. We are grateful for your incredible contribution as a guest speaker at our event. Also, my heartfelt thanks for all the participants for their enthusiastic engagement.